He throws his jersey back on the court, very upset, will not leave.
Hey basketball fans, today we're diving into the fiery world of NBA players losing their cool with referees. And trust me, it's not always rainbows and butterflies on the court. Oh no, sometimes it's more like an episode of WWE with a dash of NBA flavor. But let's face it folks, this ain't no scripted show, it's the real deal. First up, Montrezl Harrell. You know, that beast of a player who doesn't back down from anyone, not even referees. Back in 2016, when he played for the Rio Grande Valley Vipers, Montrezl had a little tussle with the ref. I mean, come on, refs aren't perfect, but attacking them? That's a whole new level. Picture this, Montrezl, the physical powerhouse, charging down the court like a freight train. And oopsie-daisy, he accidentally gets in a physical fight with an opposing player. But hey, no big deal, right? Wrong. Just when you think things couldn't get any crazier, Montrezl shoves the referee to the ground without even looking. Talk about a slip-up of epic proportions. Now, if this happened in WWE, the crowd would have gone wild, cheering on their favorite wrestler. But we're in the NBA, folks. It didn't go down well. The Player Association stepped in and they were not amused. They ruled it against the rules to treat a referee like a tackling dummy. Not that tackling dummies would appreciate it either. Guess what Montrezl got as a reward for his misadventure? A 5-game suspension without pay. Ouch! That must have hurt his bank account more than his opponents. But hey, maybe he had time to rethink his strategy and come back even stronger. Fast forward to the present, Montrezl is playing with the Clippers, and boy, is he still a gritty physical player. Refs, you better watch out. However, the NBA ref couldn't let the past slide. They called his actions a deliberate assault and battery. Whoa, we're not in a courtroom, but that sounds pretty serious. But hey, I have to agree with the NBA rep on this one. You can't just go shoving refs around like it's a casual Friday night at the club. Show some respect, Montrezl. No green light for violations against officials here. Up next, we've got the wild world of Dennis Rodman and his infamous beef with referees. Now, let me tell you, this guy wasn't just your average player with a grudge. He took it to a whole new level. Picture this, March 1996, and Rodman, known for his physical play and I-don't-care attitude, was in the middle of a heated game. But oh boy, things went downhill faster than LeBron James on a fast break. He got into a brawl with another player on the court, and as if that wasn't enough, he had a little tete-a-tete with the ref. You know, a friendly headbutt, just to chat things out. Classic Rodman. I mean, come on, who hasn't felt the urge to headbutt a ref at least once in their life, right? Okay, maybe not, but you gotta admit, it's a bold move. Let's see if it pays off for him. Spoiler alert, it didn't. After getting the boot, Rodman didn't take it lightly. Oh no, he went full Hulk mode. He ripped off his jersey like it was no big deal, and then he went on a chair flipping spree, causing a stir in the stadium. Can you imagine the chaos? It's like he thought he was starring in his own WWE match. The NBA wasn't too thrilled about Rodman's antics, though. They slapped him with a suspension and a hefty $20,000 fine. Ouch! But hey, I guess headbutting refs and throwing tantrums isn't exactly considered good sportsmanship. Who knew? Even the great Michael Jordan, who was just chilling and watching the whole show unfold, had something to say about it. He warned that Rodman's image and persona were becoming too much for the team to handle. I guess you can't be all flashy and have no substance, huh? But hey, we all know Dennis Rodman wasn't in the NBA for his exemplary behavior. Nope, he had skills and boy did he flaunt them. The team had to put up with his whole repertoire and they did it because, well, they really needed him. Imagine being in the locker room with this guy. Hey Dennis, can you please not headbutt anyone today? We kind of need you on the court. Moving on to none other than the wild and unpredictable Nick Van Exel. You know, that guy who always had us sitting on the edge of our seats wondering what he'd do next. It's April 1996, and the Lakers are facing off against the Timberwolves. Van Exel's out there doing his thing, but suddenly something sets him off. Maybe the refs said something. Maybe they didn't compliment his stylish shoes. We may never know. But boy, did it trigger him. With all the grace of a bull in a china shop, Van Exel charges over to the refs like a man possessed. He shoves one of them from the scorer's table, knocking the poor guy off his feet. Ouch! Well, that didn't go down too well with the NBA gods. Our man Nick got hit with a massive punishment, suspended for the rest of the regular season, and fined a whopping $187,000. That's more than some NBA players make in an entire year. Talk about a financial foul. But the drama doesn't end there, folks. Oh no, the NBA bigwigs were not happy campers. Rod Thorne, the former director of league operations, chimed in with a warning. Hey Nick, do that again and we'll hit you even harder. It's like telling a kid not to touch the cookie jar. You just know they'll do it anyway.
Put the cookie down!
Jerry West, the basketball legend himself, wasn't amused either. He expressed his disappointment, apologizing to the fans for the league's professionalism taking a hit. You could feel the embarrassment dripping off his words. Poor Jerry, he didn't sign up for this circus. But hey, let's not forget the poor ref who got shoved onto the scorer's table like a rag doll. Can't blame the guy for being a bit salty about it. He recounted that moment, saying he turned away and bam, Van Exel pushed him right into the table. Talk about an NBA collision you won't see in the highlight reel. Now, folks, lessons were learned, hopefully. Nick's actions put a dent in his bank account, and the NBA made sure everyone knew they meant business. Let's be honest, getting fined and suspended hurts more than a missed buzzer beater. But hey, if anything, this incident taught us that even the best players can sometimes let their emotions get the best of them. The spotlight shifts to none other than Kevin Porter Jr., the young baller trying to make a name for himself in the big league. So picture this, Kevin's out there trying to solidify his starting role with the Cavs. Rookie season full of promise and potential, but oh boy, things took a little detour. And not just any detour, folks. We're talking about a significant hit to his paycheck. Ouch! You see, back in November 2019, Kevin got a bit heated during the game against the Mavericks after a call made by the ref. We all know how emotions can run high in the heat of the game, right? But oh, did he take it up a notch? He went ahead and made contact with the ref, like physically. Now, don't get me wrong, we've seen some wild stuff on the court, but this one was special. I mean, really, Kevin? You thought that was a smart move? The NBA sure didn't think so. They swooped in and dropped the hammer, handing down a one-game suspension without pay. Boom! That'll teach him to think twice before attempting a friendly tap dance with the game officials. And you wouldn't believe how much that little ref bump cost him. I mean, someone did the math on Twitter, because that's what Twitter's for, right? And it turns out that Kevin missed out on a whopping $8,900 for that one over-the-top gesture. Hey, it's a whole lot of sneakers, my friends. Now, I gotta say, as a fan of the game, I understand emotions running high, but come on, Kevin, you gotta keep it together out there. There are better ways to vent frustration, like yelling at your TV screen or throwing a pillow across the room. Trust me, works wonders. But let's hope Kevin learns from this experience and focuses on making highlight reel plays without any ref drama. After all, we want to see him shine on the court, not in the headlines for the wrong reasons.
Three, Kevin Porter Jr.
Now, let's talk about some hilarious and not so by-the-book encounters with the one and only Markieff Morris. This guy's like the NBA's very own rule-breaking superhero, saying and doing whatever he wants whenever he pleases, regardless of the consequences. Back in the 2018 playoffs, when the Wizards were facing off against the Raptors, Markieff got into it with OG Anunoby. It was like a playground showdown, but these guys are supposed to be professionals. Ken Maurer tried to intervene, but Markieff was having none of it, and he just shoved the poor ref out of his way. Smooth move, Markieff, smooth move. Of course, the NBA couldn't just let that slide, so they slapped him with an incredible $25,000 fine for trying to escalate a little fight. Hey, who needs the whole playing by the rules thing, right? But wait, there's more. Fast forward to Halloween 2019. Markieff, now with the Pistons, was facing off against the 76ers. It started innocently enough with a shooting foul called on Tobias Harris. Markieff didn't seem bothered at first, but then he must have thought, you know what? Let's make this spooktacular. After he was subbed out, he decided to share some not-so-friendly words with the ref, earning himself a technical foul. Trick or treat, ref! The NBA took a closer look at this incident and decided to fine Markieff a whopping $35,000 for his creative use of language toward the ref. Wow, Markieff's bank account must have been screaming for mercy. Now, when asked about the whole scuffle, or not a scuffle depending on who you ask, Markieff tried to downplay it, saying it wasn't really much. He claimed that OG went high with his elbow, which set him off. Ah, classic NBA excuses. It's like a he said, she said situation, except with elbows flying around like confetti. But hey, we can't deny that Markieff is all about setting the tone for his team. He felt like the Raptors played too freely, so he wanted to show them who's boss. We need to show some physicality, he said. Oh, Markieff, always the peacemaker. Shifting our focus to the next play, Isaiah Thomas, the man who wears his emotions on his sleeves, but apparently couldn't keep them in check during a game between the Wizards and the Trailblazers. Oh boy, things got heated, and I'm not talking about just the on-court action. It's January 2020, and the score is tied at 4-4. Not the most exciting start to a game, right? Well, things were about to get a whole lot more interesting. Enter Isaiah Thomas, dribbling up the sideline, and what do you know? He runs into none other than Carmelo Anthony and Damian Lillard. And just to make it a party, the ref is standing right there, probably thinking, oh boy, I get front row seats to this mess. Now, Isaiah must have thought he was playing a friendly game of bowling instead of basketball because he decided to give the ref a gentle nudge, and voila, he was ejected from the game. Like, dude, the ref isn't your bowling pin. Save the pushing for the court, not the officials. But wait, it doesn't end there, folks. Our boy Isaiah decided to channel his inner lawyer and plead his case. He's all like, hey, it was unintentional contact, I swear. Just here to play basketball, not go all WWE on the refs. And you know what they say? Your Honor, my arms extended accidentally. Wasn't a push, it was just momentum doing its thing. Oh, Isaiah, always the smooth talker. But hold up, the drama doesn't end there. Wizards coach Scott Brooks steps in trying to defend his point guard, saying something like, yeah, we reviewed it, and it looked like he lost his balance. But Goga, who was probably watching from the moon, had a better view. Come on, coach, give the guy a break, will ya? And guess what, folks? Isaiah's not planning on having a heart-to-heart chat with the refs. Oh, no, no, no. He's like, nah, I'm not going to talk to them. Everyone knows who I am, and I'm not the pushy type. Yeah, except that one time when you decided to push the ref like it was a friendly pat on the back. Oops. But let's be real. This isn't Isaiah's first rodeo, and he knows the drill. He's all like, look, it was just an unfortunate situation, folks. Lillard had his hand on me, pushing me forward, and Carmelo was on my left side, and I couldn't protect myself. Oh, the famous I couldn't protect myself defense. Classic. All right, I gotta give it to Isaiah for defending himself, but come on, man. It's time to put this whole incident behind you. We all make mistakes, but not all of us get ejected from NBA games like it's some sort of badge of honor. Jumping right into our last tale, let me tell you about Carlos Boozer, the man who made a name for himself on the Chicago Bulls in 2013, and his epic encounter with the referee that will live on in basketball infamy. So picture this. Bulls facing off against the Mavericks, tension in the air, and Boozer attacking the rim like a fearless warrior. He pulls off a slick right-handed hook shot and gets fouled by none other than Dirk Nowitzki himself. Crowd goes wild, but instead of just celebrating like a regular baller, Carlos decides to up the ante. He throws his fist into the air, probably feeling like a basketball god for making that epic and one play. But oh boy, here comes the moment of truth. Little did Boozer know that his punch of triumph was heading straight for the referee, Danny Crawford, right in the nether regions. Ouch! That's gotta hurt just by thinking about it. I mean, Dirk might have blocked a few shots in his career, but this was a whole new level. Now, if it were any of us, we'd be wincing and crying in pain, but Danny Crawford, he's a legend. He manages to smile and laugh through it all, as if getting punched in the private area was just another day at the office. I guess when you're a seasoned ref in the NBA, you develop a superhuman tolerance for pain. Even Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau couldn't believe his eyes. He must have whispered to Crawford something like, "Are you a real-life superhero, sir? How on earth are you still standing?" I mean, that's the kind of resilience you don't see every day, folks. Now, you'd think Boozer would be in hot water after this escapade, but no. Surprisingly, he escapes without any penalties. And why, you ask? Because it was a total accident. Yeah, Crawford and everyone else in the arena could see that Boozer didn't mean to land that punch of doom. So, hey, no harm, no foul, right? Well, except for that one very unfortunate foul on Crawford, but you get the point. At the end of the day, the Bulls took a tough loss, but the real news was the accidental punch that went down in NBA history. I bet Boozer had some serious regrets afterward, but hey, sometimes in the heat of the game, strange things happen, and we, the fans, get to cherish these moments of madness forever. Can you believe the jaw-dropping, wild NBA encounters we just witnessed? From power moves to accidental punches, indeed, it's like the court turned into a WWE arena. But folks, let's remember, emotions can flare up, but let's keep it in check. Refs aren't part of the opposing team, they're just doing their job. So let's give them the respect they deserve. Now it's your turn. Share your craziest NBA moment, or tell us how you think players should handle their emotions on the court. Leave your answers in the comment section below, and let's get the ball rolling. If you want more thrilling content and epic NBA stories, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. We got a court full of excitement coming your way. Stay classy, NBA fans, and may your favorite team always hit nothing but net. See you in the next video.